we're here at MGC checking out the RetroN 5 with...
My name is Justin Valero. I'm one of the marketing agents for Hyperkin.
And...
Terrence Claxon. I'm also a marketing coordinator for Hyperkin.
Okay, so we're looking at the menu right now. Why don't you take us through this and give us an idea of what we can do here.
Okay, so...
I don't know if you want to have him run it so you can have the microphone.
Yeah. So, is it synced?
It was already synced.
Yeah, we're running wireless controller, so we're just making sure it's synced. If not, we have the Super Nintendo controller for right now. So this is basically what you're going to be seeing when you plug in any game. We have our play, game menu, settings, and then if you actually go to settings, this is where you get all your filters. We actually have a scanline emulator, so you actually can see scan lines if you want that. You can fill your aspect ratio however you want. We even have forced original resolution. So, but I mean, the only thing is that if you play on a Game Boy game on this, it looks like a postage stamp on your TV. And we're also a universal box, so we can force 50 hertz, we can force 60 hertz. So we're trying to make it so that this system can be played wherever it is. Actually, inside the box, when you pick it up, it'll have power adapters for international connectors.
Nice.
So sound enhancement down there, we actually do audio interpolation. So we're actually increasing the sampling of the sound. GUI sound effects, I don't know if you want to show them what that is like. And then you can just... Exactly, I know. We just don't want to hear that all day. And then manage RetroN 5 controllers. This is where you pair. This is where you toggle your shortcut buttons. These are the hotkeys.
So basically, when you get your RetroN 5, you will be able to pair up to 4 or 5 controllers. So in order to pair the controller, this one's already paired up, but basically you enter this and you hold the home button, and once you start holding it, it'll detect all the wireless controllers in the area. And well, this one failed because this one's already paired up, but it should sync. And then this one shows that it's player 1, and so player 2 would have the lighted second LED on it, and 3 and 4 for the other controllers. I don't know how it would work for the 5th controller. I don't think we've tried that, but it should work.
And then our controller to player mapping, that's how you actually can configure each system to how you want to play. So Genesis, we can play up to 4 players. NES and Famicom 4, and then SNES we get to play 5 players.
So you can even use a SNES controller to play a Genesis game?
Yep.
Yes.
Now that's cool, because as we've argued plenty of times, the Genesis controller sucks in comparison.
Actually, can you go back to the last menu, the manage controllers? So, can you explain the shortcut buttons real quick?
Yeah, the shortcut buttons. The shortcut buttons are actually on the controller himself. These are the left and right shortcut buttons. You can actually put those to whatever you like. If you like them to be a save state button, if you want them to be screenshots. Right now we have them toggle scan lines, so and fast forward. But I think we can like change toggle scan lines to screenshot.
Let's make this one fast forward, just in case we don't want to hear what. This one by. Where is it? That's what.
Yeah, see, and then
Yeah,
just
so if you're playing an RPG, you don't want to read any text, or if you're just doing a speed run, then you can just fast forward it that way.
right.
Nice.
And then our button mapping, we actually can do each controller independently. So if you want to have, go ahead and have a specific player profile for, let's say, Street Fighter, if you want to play it on a Genesis controller and you're playing the SNES, you can actually change that and have a custom configuration for each one of those.
Wow.
And name them, which is the nice part. We actually changed that from the original firmware. It used to be just profiled 1 through 9. So we wanted to actually change that to something that people could actually recognize.
Okay.
And if you see at the bottom, you can change your console region. So somebody put in Final Fight the other day or yesterday, and they were wondering, well, why is this not working? Why does it say it's like not in the USA? And I'm like, the console probably says it's in Japan, doesn't it? And it did.
So there's an auto setting there too.
Yeah,
that's good.
Auto load last state. Auto start cartridge on insertion. Let's see. File manager.
So is that all? It's all done with SD cards.
Yes, the SD card is in the back, and it can support up to 32 gigs, right? 32 gig SD card.
That's all. I'm gonna run right through that. Yeah, because those save files, they're gonna be tiny, right?
Yeah, the save files are kilobytes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll run right through that.
Talk a little bit about the update process with the firmware and the website you're going to be putting up. Go through some of that.
It'll be at RetroN5.com, and what it'll be doing is we'll just have our firmware up there. If we have any updates, I think our biggest updates are probably going to be for Homebrew. And then from there, you just throw it on the root folder of your SD card, and then it just does it automatically.
Are you going to have any type of bug reporting mechanism on the site? Or
yeah, we actually right now kind of have that in terms of our beta forum. Our beta forum right now has a bug reporting thing, so I think we'll just extend that to the general public once we actually have it released.
So now that we're back here on the menu, can you go through real quick again all the systems that are available?
Well, it'll play NES, Super NES, Famicom, Super Famicom. It'll play Genesis, Mega Drive, Game Boy, Gameboy Color, Gameboy Advance, and if you have the power-based converter, or if you have a third-party Master System to Genesis converter, you can play Master System. And if you have the power-based converter, we found out yesterday, you can actually play the cards. So the cards work too on this thing.
Nice. All right. Yeah.
Or do you have something else you want to show us?
That's pretty much what it is right now. I mean, and what you.
Ooh, what's in the game menu? That's once the game is in there.
Yeah, that's once the game is in there.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little lights. Looks like Kit.
Yeah.
And there you go. It's importing the save.
Yeah, talk about that really quick.
Yeah. So what we're actually able to do is we're able actually to extract the save from a battery backup. Ooh. And so for a lot of people who really want to, even if they want to change their battery out, we can extract the save. You can actually change your battery. And then the cool thing is, not only can we extract it, but we can actually upload the save back into the cartridge. Yeah. So if you go into the game menu, you can actually see it from there.
I have a really quick question about that, because we were playing Ken Griffey Baseball last night, and my cartridge, actually, we put all the real names of the players in.
Right.
Because they had all the stats. Are you guys going to have any mechanism for maybe doing any save file transfers? Like if somebody wants to put a save file up off the battery backup that they had, are you guys going to have anything like that, or is it just kind of up to them to transfer them around?
That we haven't set up yet, but that's actually something that's not that really hard to do.
I would figure, yeah, that it'd be pretty easy to do.
Yeah, so we definitely want to look into something like that, especially once the community starts talking and seeing what they want. Then we just kind of accommodate from there.
Cool.
But yeah, you can actually see right here, you can copy your save to your RetroN, or you can actually export it back to your cart.
That'd be really cool for doing wrestling simulators. Like if you want to play Fire Pro Wrestling and do like, if you want to have a fantasy wrestling league and upload all your favorite wrestlers and then, distribute it amongst the Fire Pro community. I don't know, that's something I would do.
See, do we have cheats for Yoshi's Island?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
Well, and sorry. That's the other thing we talked about last night, obviously, but you guys, Hyperkin owns Game Shark.
Yeah, Game Genie.
Or Game Genie,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hyperkin owns Game Genie. So, is this all the Game Genie stuff, or have you guys formulated new ones even past that?
It's all Game Genie stuff. A lot of it is just because we had the database for it. And we just kind of threw it back on there. But we're actually, I think that'll be the two things that we're actually going to be really improving on firmware is either going to be cheat codes or homebrew. Our big thing is we really want to improve ourselves on homebrew. We really want to have good support for it because we're the only console that's actually being sold right now that will actually be supporting a lot of those games if people don't have a original SNES or an original Genesis when people are releasing homebrew games. So that's our next big thing for firmware, is to make sure that all that works.
The only thing we don't recreate in the cheat section is having to input all those random codes, so you can't accidentally glitch Mario's head off, or like, you know, just have Donkey Kong like not like running through the ground or something. So everything's already here. We have like press A for minigame mode, Mario crying disabled, moving ground, no star loss. Everything's already inputted for you.
That's cool. Hopefully this part works. We've on from use stuff. Whoa!
Unknown.
So that's just something. That's just something up to firmware. We gotta take account of what game that was. Make sure it runs.
Yeah. A lot of times, you know, the big thing we found out is it's how clean the cartridges are.
That's what I figured.
That's
What's the bottom problem?
we have to be really temperamental. The system is really temperamental with how clean your cartridges are. So we recommend, if anybody's using RetroN 5, even we had some problems. If you do not clean your cartridges, you will find out some problems.
Yeah, that's the first thing I would do. I mean, I have.
It's a dual hand. Oh, there it goes.
All my old carts.
Here, unplug and plug back in
cleaning.
a little bit.
Yeah, now why isn't the Atari 2600 and 5200 part of this?
There we go. See? Oh, there you go.
Oh, cool.
It automatically will go ahead and take the game save. So yeah, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
There we go. But yes, so compared to the contrary, Super Mario RPG, Yoshi's Island, Star Fox, Castlevania, any of those games actually work perfectly fine. We were playing them the other day and they just worked just fine. So any of the clone console problems that a lot of people were worried about, no, they're taken care of.
Because it's also a shooting game for the Famicom, and then when it came to the Super Famicom, it's just an anthropomorphic jet that you can. And I don't think there's anyone inside. Well, I think there's someone inside there, but yeah.
And so yeah, we really try and clean it up as much as we can. I don't even know, do we have a filter on there right now? And the nice thing is the way that we set up is if you hit down and start, that's how you hit the home menu from the original controllers.
Nice. All right, put the scan lines on. I want to see that.
And then actually our best filter is the HQ2. There you go. So then you just go to return the game.
You just switched it to none. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So this
The
is when
filter.
this is with no filter. This is just the raw game with the scan lines.
Look at that.
We knew that some people would want at least having the aesthetic of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. There's a bunch of arcade cabinets downstairs. Oh, we are downstairs. There's a bunch of arcade cabinets down the hall where there's an emulator in there. They're running and they've got all these games. And I walked up to one and started playing Pac-Man. And it just didn't look right because it looked too clean. Everything just looked too perfect.
That's actually kind of the initial reaction you get from playing something on the RetroN 5 is the fact that a lot of this stuff is all really cleaned up.
Yeah.
Sure. The nice thing is there's the hot swappable, so if you go to the home menu again.
So if you take the card out without it going to the main menu, it just says
Error.
Yeah, it just says error. It doesn't do anything to the like. It's not to go back into the main menu.
And the other thing that we note is it's only one cartridge at a time, and otherwise this thing freaks out. So.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
He has Miss Pac-Man up there.
Ooh.
Cool. Go for it.
Should probably work.
Sega! Now this is the way to play a Genesis game.
With an SNES controller, right?
Okay, so which one is the one that's really good?
Filter. The one that's really nice is the HQ2. Yeah, that one. I know, right? Playing Sonic with SNES.
Your tails.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Oh, sorry.
You're hardly in the game.
Huh.
And there he goes.
Bad design right there.
Huh.
Tells us the little brother player. You want to play video games with my brother? Cool. Forever.
I'm going to college. The nice thing is that if you actually
It's off again.
Okay.
Or yeah, off.
the funny thing is that if you actually hear this on an older system right now and just plug it into a high def TV, it just doesn't sound as good. It doesn't look as good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've got all my stuff. Oh, look at that.
The game that this is awesome using the fast forward button is Fantasy Star.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too, you can just wait for everybody's attacks. So using a micro switch controller.
Miles per hour.
There we go. So what do you think of that micro switch controller?
I actually really... It's funny, last year when we saw this controller, we were all looking at it going, I don't know. I actually like how it feels, though. I mean, it's controlling the game fine, and it's a little bit looser, so it just... I don't know, it feels a little natural.
Yeah, we definitely had... We tightened up the sticks from what we had beforehand.
Yeah.
But but yeah, having that micro switch is weird. I've gotten used to it a lot after just using it for so long.
And the funny thing is, we're all yawning and everything, and my voice is shot because we were kind of having fun last night.
Oh, I can imagine.
So, alright, you want to try Ms. Pac-Man? Of course. Here, you're going to need that, I think.
So, we just go ahead and go to return to main menu. And the plus... And plus, it should do that. Cool. And then we'll just change Ms. Pac-Man.
I don't want to break your precious.
Oh no, this thing's actually really durable. Like we've encouraged people to be rough with it.
And are you guys going to do other colors? Because like even the poster shows that as white, but that's a black console we're looking at.
Yeah, that black one is just for us to. Those are usually just to show in the debug units.
Okay.
The actual retail models will be one will be black with purple. And the other one will actually be that SNES style color scheme.
Yeah, which I think is really slick. I don't know why, but I always kind of laughed about the purple on the SNES, but it looks pretty cool on that on this console.
The caliber of the plastic is similar to what you felt on the controller.
Okay, cool.
So it's really solid.
Now Josh is actually using the controller that comes with the RetroN 5. So you probably use that. I don't know. Aha! Oh, see now... Okay. Oh, that's right, I forgot this game scrolls.
That's right.
Surprisingly, we were trying to do... we were placing bets on who could do better at one point.
Uh-oh.
Let's try it with the SNES.
Do you have to set anything up for it?
So what you do is you go to the main menu. If you ever want to try any of the controllers, you go to the main menu. And the nice thing is it just pauses your game. You don't have to reset anything.
You probably want to reset it, though, because he died already.
So you go to settings. And then we're going to go down to controller. And then player mapping. And then SNES. There you go. Oh, that's why. It wasn't even plugged in.
Yeah, it wasn't assigned to...
There we go. It wasn't even assigned.
But don't you want to say Genesis here? For system playing?
Yeah, so let's go to Genesis.
There you go.
There you go. And then just hit the A button. And there you go.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
And then B will take you back. And then hit play, and then we're back to where we were.
We're back to me dying. That's wrong.
So for once, it actually was the controller.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
Ooh.
You know if this can support vertical mode?
I don't know if this does tate. Tate. I always say Tate.
Oh, like Ikaruga? Oh, you store your power pellets to the end, don't you?
Josh is kind of a Ms. Pac-Man nerd. Pac-Man, yeah. I need my Genesis.
It's amazing how clean it looks, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point that we were trying to get, is that we saw how games looked on a HD TV when you just plugged it in via composite or S-video. It just looks like crap.
Yeah.
So by outputting this game by outputting any of these games through HDMI and then cleaning them up to 720p and then doing the filters as well, I mean, we really do make games like look nice and clean, and so you're still able to experience the same type of gameplay that you want, but at the same time you're not having to, the fidelity is still there that that we've all gotten used to nowadays when it comes to our games.
Holy cow. You were having a problem with the D-pad before, now you do that to yourself? Really? Well, it is early.
Yeah, see, this is what we get for playing a SNES controller for a Genesis game, right?
It's too good of a controller for Josh to use.
Oh, don't worry, I'm a Sega nerd too.
Hey, I'm having problems with the controller. Maybe I'll just speed it up 3 times. It could be the controller might be going crappy. Yeah.
It is.
Do we want to try a NES game?
Yeah.
Because that's actually, I mean, when you go back even farther, we want to see kind of how this stuff starts looking when you get that far.
So is it obvious on here?
The NES one is actually the second port. The front port would be the on the actual system. They're labeled.
Put the Genesis cart in the NES port.
The front one is actually a Famicom.
Yeah. Okay. But are they all right? So this is.
So it'd be Famicom.
Is it going to be labeled on here?
Yeah, it'll be labeled. But
Okay.
this is Famicom, SNES. Famicom, NES, SNES, and Super Famicom, Genesis, and Mega Drive, and then Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color are all right here.
I bought these yesterday.
Oh, brother. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
All
brought
right.
that in. It's the first one.
Yes.
No.
Oh, the
First
first
one.
Very good.
And if you want to play on this,
Take those
Dig those corners into your heart. Yeah.
hands.
exactly. So we're playing with an NES controller.
And all the carts that I bought with Lone Runner, Star Force, and Spelunker, all of them you could basically get for NES, but the carts look so much better.
Wow. Look how clean that looks.
Oh, you didn't set up the...
You didn't set up the controller yet, I don't think. Oh, cool. Wow, I remember I used to play this game like crazy.
I know. I was actually just getting introduced to it yesterday. I get to play it.
What? Boo! 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 I think they were saying boo earned, sir. Ah, I fell into a pit.
First time I ever played this game was the Game Boy version.
Been a while, huh?
Yeah. Plus, this looks so different than the Apple II. The Apple II was basically blue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's because it has better graphics that you're sucking.
Yes.
Ah, yes, yes, of course.
Distracting.
Yeah, it's weird having the screen scroll all over the place too.
Yeah.
Don't worry, once you start playing with the RetroN 5 for a while, it'll pass.
And for those watching the video, this is actually a Super Famicom, or I mean a Famicom game. This isn't a NES. So,
yeah, we're dangerous this way because you can't even see where these guys are coming from.
oh, you got one, and he regenerated. Look at you!
There we go. Nice.
So turn off the filter and let's see the difference.
So if you hit down and start, it'll actually get out your home button. So if you go to filter and you go to none,
go right a couple. Yeah, there you go.
And just go to return to game.
So this is no filter, scan lines off.
Oh, did you turn the scan lines on? Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, this is what it looks like without any filters. So it's just a little bit more pixelated.
The thing is, it still looks good on the TV because you're doing the scaling.
Right.
And this looks a lot better than if you like plugged a NES into an HD TV. I mean.
No, absolutely. That's the one thing is that.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it's like someone just smeared Vaseline all over you.
Yeah. You're dead.
Oh.
Look at you, you're like Solid Snake and stuff. Oh, look at you!
Yeah, I'm getting back into it. It is. I told you, we used to, because on the Apple you could make your own boards and save them. I had several discs full of boards that we had made.
I'm trying to remember if Heart to Heart is on tonight. Because when they met, it was Moida.
Wasn't there an N64 load runner?
I think it was like Battle Load Runner or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, no, that was on PC Engine.
Oh, that's his jam right there, is PC Engine.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those. The hidden blocks where you walk over and you just drop through.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, good kid. So yeah, playing Famicom works great. We've been able to get Famicom, Super Famicom games just running without a hitch.
Nice.
Especially even the Super FX chips. Any of the specially custom chips that were like, for instance, on Castlevania, they all work fine.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been able to alleviate a lot of the problems that our competitors and even some of our old consoles had a problem with. Because we're marrying software and hardware together.
Right.
That's how we're able to get away with it.
So let's talk the biggest thing. Release date? Like at least a window.
It's coming out in about 30 to 45 days. They're on the boats. They're ready to be shipped. And we're just waiting for them to come over to the States now.
And do we know a price yet?
We're going to be a little north of 100. I know we were at the very beginning we were going to be saying about $99, but that's kind of changed considering one, the price of the components has gone up. and we just gotten a little bit more ambitious with it.
Okay.
So we're looking at a little bit more, either between 129 and 139 for the actual console MSRP.
Okay.
What people end up selling it at is different, but we're gonna probably hit a 139 price point for MSRP, which is still pretty good considering what we're doing. It was just a matter of being able to sell it at a point where we can still have enough to reinvest into making some other RetroNs.
And let's talk about, you said there's some internal memory on there, but you really do need an SD card pretty much no matter what.
You need an SD card if you want to do the cheats, if you want to do screenshots and whatnot. There's about 1 gig of internal memory. That's more for, primarily most things are for transferring the save states. And it's just easier from a manufacturing side to put in 1 gig than a couple megabytes.
Sure. Okay. And you said up to 32 gig on the SD card. Anything else that we've missed on this that we need to talk about?
Let's see. I mean, you can use any of your old controllers. We can make sure that the SD card works. We talk about process point. We talk about when things are coming out.
Oh my!
Whoa! What is this?
That is that. I remember seeing this one.
That's why.
And I know somebody yelled it out when you were making the announcement yesterday, so let's make sure that we cover the fact that this does not support ROMs
It
at
does
all.
not support ROMs. There's 2 reasons for that. One is the obvious, DCMA issue, and the other one is that we just kind of wanted to go for an older aesthetic. We wanted to be able to plug in a cartridge and use it and do that sort of a thing,
Right.
as opposed to, I mean, if you want to play ROMs, I mean, anybody can just play it on their computer or buy an Ouya. If you want to be, I mean, that's basically what people are buying them for.
Every time I talk to somebody about the well, it does great emulation, and it has Towerfall.
Yeah, people buy it as a DMU box, and that's about it. But when you're looking at what we're trying to do, we're trying to actually go for an aesthetic where you really do enjoy your old cartridges again, where you really do get to enjoy your old libraries, and so that's what we were trying to really push. And there's a novelty to it. There's something novel about being able to use your old cartridges again in such a new way.
Yeah. Well, and also you don't have to have all those systems hooked up. You can you've got everything in one. It's on HDMI, so it works with your newer TV.
Yeah.
You don't have to have 5 power strips behind your TV.
Right, and it all works. It's all hot swappable. You just jump in, plug and play.
Yeah,
That's great.
Your friends into your game room. Because like my game room was like my sanctuary, and even though they're my friends, you're just gonna be like shoveling stuff around. Hey, does this work in here? Hey man, let's play this game. Like, hey, you're just messing up my system. So having this in like your living room, just throw it on your HD TV is a lot more convenient. Stuffing like 20 people in your game room.
And with wireless controllers now, you have some freedom to move around. And
Do we know the price point on the wireless controllers?
we're probably going to hit. It's going to be somewhere between $29.99 and $39.99.
And how long does the battery last normally?
We haven't actually clocked it, but I've been able to use it for a full day and just not have a problem with it.
Yesterday we charged it once, the last entire day, we charged it for like an hour.
Okay.
Last night.
So the battery's pretty sizable on there, and that controller is almost all battery.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I guess we'll just watch Josh play Low Runner until 10 o'clock. Guys, seriously, thanks for the time.
No, by all means. And so if any of you guys want to be checking it out, our Facebook has, we're always posting new stuff on RetroN. We're also posting new stuff on the announcement we made yesterday on the RetroN X86.
Right.
So we're going to be doing some stuff on that. Our Twitter, our Facebook, all that, we're always posting stuff. We actually do This Week in Video Game History. We always do that on our Facebook.
Yeah.
So we keep ourselves pretty busy on there. So if any of your listeners want to go and check out Facebook.com/Hyperkin Games. We're also Hyperkin Games on Twitter. And RetroN5.com if you actually want to go ahead and see the system for yourself.
And actually, if you get the system, that you're going to want to bookmark that site anyway for any firmware updates, any other stuff.
Firmware updates. We'll have forum posts going up there for support, And we're actually in the process right now of making all of our support videos, so to get people more acquainted with how to use the system.
Nice.
Because we've actually really done a lot for power users in order to really enjoy the system.
Josh, you're just going to town.
A lot of these levels are similar or exactly the same as the original levels.
Oh!
Nice.
Yeah, but now you're not going to get the other one.
No,
No, you won't.
I'm really excited because now, like, this is an import, and this is something I never would have been able to play originally, because I don't own any import consoles now.
See, that's what happens when you talk and play.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that always what happens? But yeah, that's going to be the nice thing too. Is people can have actually exploration and discovery of some older games, especially import games that they've never been able to play before.
Super Back to the Future 2.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the funny thing. Like the SNES, you always had to. There was these two little plastic clips that you had to clip out, and then on the newer SNESs, they actually made it tougher to do.
Oh yeah.
But you could still do it, or you could buy an adapter. And like he said, I really have never even thought about Famicom games, just because I didn't want to have another console that's the same thing as I already have, essentially. Right. So being able to play Famicom games, I actually bought 2 Famicom games yesterday in anticipation of the RetroN 5. So
yeah, we actually were playing Earthbound, or Mother, as a matter of fact.
Mother.
It works. It looks really good.
Nice. Oh, and also, I remember somebody asked you a really silly question, but it doesn't translate Japanese games into English, right? Okay.
No, it does not.
Yeah. I remember somebody asking that yesterday. I said, okay, why would you think that?
People ask about IPS patching, and it doesn't do patching.
Okay. Look at Josh.
Nice. Look at that.
The patience. I've never seen that kind of patience out of you. Whoa!
Oh, that was so wrong. That's the hardest thing about this game is once you die, now you have to start the whole board over again.
Wow.
One suggestion: don't die.
But the thing I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised about is that, for instance, all of your old controllers will work. The controllers also don't have to. You can multi-tap with different types of controllers. So, like I said, if you guys want to play Bomberman, for instance, and with 2 Genesis controllers, you can do it.
Did you test the multi-taps for the systems themselves, though?
Yeah, and they do work.
And they work fine. Okay, cool.
We tested the Hudson, the actual Super Bomberman 2 Hudson one.
That's the one I have.
Yeah, that big, long, just strip.
But it's such a great game.
Yeah.
The game is still like, it's something in the big box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think we'll shut the microphones off and just show a couple more games and go at it. But seriously, thanks, guys. I mean, there's been a lot of anticipation for this, and it's great to hear that.
Thanks for having us. It's always nice to see you guys over here. We're always fans of the podcast as well. So, we're just.
He showed me. He has it on his phone.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I apologized profusely.
But we definitely like being able to show what we've been up to over at Hyperkin, and the fact that it's finally coming out, and we'll finally have the public getting their hands on it. That's what we're most excited about.
Awesome. Well, it's looking great, and yeah, I'm super excited. Like I said, I actually bought Famicom games, which I never thought I would in a million years. Of course, they were both baseball games, but... All right, well, we're going to turn the microphones off and let the video run.
Perfect. Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.